What up, though? Detroit Red Entertainment, Real Detroit News and Opinion. The Real Detroit, not the fake ass Blood Crip. Vice Lord and GD. Hey, to that nigga that came with my comments talking about what I do for the black community. Fuck you, nigga. Motherfucker, we been there, done that. Now we like, fuck y'all. Go listen to Chief Warhorse, motherfucker, about the Buffalo Soldiers. You'll understand where I'm coming from. You know, look what the black motherfuckers did to many motherfuckers. Look at Sam Cooke. Just take Sam Cooke. That black woman that shot Sam Cooke was not one of us. You can look at her and tell she ain't one of us. You look at her forehead. You see my forehead? You go around America and you'll see a lot of motherfucking foreheads like mine. Red just like me. Motherfucker hairline way back here. You run, especially in Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? You look at me and you know I'm a motherfucker from here. I got all the features of a motherfucker from right here in America. You know, from the scanty beard to the toes. See, I did a whole, I ain't gonna get off into that shit. I know who the fuck I am, and I'm an American. You know what I'm saying? When you wanna know what American is, you go look it up in your motherfucking dictionary. The oldest Webster one in the book from 1800. Though you might not can find it in today's because these motherfuckers was white. As we talk right now, they washing shit. They don't wash Rosa Parks heritage. They calling her black. They calling her African American. No, goddamn well she Creek and Cherokee. And them is white people names. The Cherokee ain't their real name, and Creek ain't their real name, but that's the civilized name. Just like Kendu, you know where I'm from, off the Red River in Louisiana. Kendu is not their original name either. And Texas in itself is aboriginal to America. So is Minnesota. I ain't gonna get off into that shit, but we got a lot of states like Alabama and Florida and Texas, a lot of states, really, Illinois, Michigan. All these states is American names. Them ain't white people's names. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I done lost my train of thought. I was talking about R. Kelly and what black people have done to him. You know, and what black people had done to Sam Cooke. And Sam Cooke, and I was talking about Sam Cooke, the lady that shot and killed Sam Cooke. Sam Cooke was with an Asian woman, right? Check it out. Sam Cooke was with an Asian woman, and an African woman shot him. And she was African. She wasn't one of us. You can look at her and tell she wasn't one of us. Go pull it up. Big ass forehead. I got a flat big forehead. That lady had one of the motherfucking foreheads that stick out like that. You know what I'm saying? You know Sam Cooke was one of us. You know? He wasn't from the motherfucking islands like Stony Carmichael and Kamala Harris that's purping to be us. You know what I'm saying? Stony Carmichael came in with that black shit along with Adam Powell, probably related to Colin Powell. You know, right quick, I think Colin Powell was executed, my opinion, from what he did with Kuwait, not Kuwait, but Iraq. He lied. Colin Powell lied and said that Saddam Hussein, he lied on record. He lied under oath that weapons of mass destruction was in Iraq, and that Iraq had something to do with what happened on 9/11. There's a video about 10 years ago. It was on YouTube. It was a white man talking about everything that they was finna do. They was finna go into Iraq after they leave Iraq, and Afghanistan. They was gonna go into Africa. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened. You know, that's what's going on right now. You know, so this has already been planned out. You know, before 9/11. Yeah, but Colin Powell, I think Colin Powell was assassinated. That's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? This is what I think. I think he was assassinated for war crimes against the Iraqi people. And so was George Bush Sr. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. I think somebody got with them and said, you motherfuckers lied about Iraq having mass destructions. And y'all went there and killed innocent ass men, women, and children in Iraq. And had soldiers die in Iraq for a big ass lie. You know? I'm gonna tell you something. George Bush Sr., George Bush Jr., the other Bush, you know, they were Republicans, but they really was Democrats. You know, so was the Cheneys. You know what I'm saying? So we see what's going on with Liz Cheney right now with the Republican Party. She really a Democrat. You got a lot of Republicans that's really Democrats that's sitting on the Republican side. And you can tell who they is by their values. So is Lindsey Graham. But see, Lindsey Graham is a motherfucker, he's a real politician. He gonna go where the ship going. You know what I'm saying? He see the Democrat shit going down. So he like, fuck the Democrats, Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham like, I'm over here. And there was another guy that was from New Jersey that switched parties that voted on the infrastructure deal. See, let me tell y'all something. I don't know if these Republicans and Democrats playing good guy, bad guy. Actually, really though, I think they is. I think they're really playing good cop, bad cop. I think our politicians is playing good cop, bad cop. That's what I think. The people for real. The motherfucking people for real, but I don't know if they rounding them up. I can't tell. Not yet. You know what I'm saying? For right now, I'm saying that good cop, bad cop is being played on the American people, and I'm gonna stick with that. And these R. Kelly people, R. Kelly supporters, and R. Kelly. When we look at Tupac rape case, it was a black woman, you know. And Tupac said he didn't rape her. It was a black woman with Mike Tyson. I'm gonna tell you what Mike Tyson did. And to you niggas, y'all been through this. You probably done fingered a woman, threw her panties to the side a little bit, and you know, she done went ahead and pulled up her dress, or you was sucking on her chest and rubbing on her coochie through her panties, and you went to get her panties off, and then she said, no, I don't do it on the first date, or I don't feel right having sex with you right now. And Mike Tyson, and he probably didn't think it was rape. He probably done been with women before that done said the same thing, you know what I mean, in his life. You know, to wrestle with a few women before and end up having sex with them, and they didn't call it rape, you know what I mean? You know, they just wrestled and played for a little while until the sex happened, you know? And he probably did went overboard with that young woman, and, you know, or whatever, I don't know. But then again, she probably could have been sick on Mike Tyson. But the way Mike Tyson moving today, what Mike Tyson did to Boosie on his podcast show, how he was playing Boosie, you know, Boosie should have checked out on that nigga. I don't give a fuck how hard that nigga can hit. You know what I'm saying? Boosie should have got up and slapped the shit out of Mike Tyson. Nigga, who the fuck you think you talking to? You know what I'm saying? I would have slapped the shit out of Mike Tyson. Win or lose. Nigga, I would have done my best to fuck Mike Tyson up, nigga. I'd have picked up everything in that bitch. Fucking Mike Tyson up. The microphone, the cheers, the sticks, whatever in that bitch, I would have hit that nigga up, Mike Tyson, all upside his head. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't have been no boxing match. The whole motherfucking room would have been on that motherfucking head playing me like that on national TV, trying to, and so was the same shit Charlamagne the Guy did. But Charlamagne the Guy he did it in a subtle way than Mike Tyson did Boosie. You know? But I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. They need motherfuckers to play both sides of the fence. You know what I mean? They gotta give you both, you know what I mean? You know, they gotta give you this nigga ain't with this, and this nigga for this, and this nigga is all entertainment. You know? We just being entertained. You know what I'm saying? Mike Tyson, man, R. Kelly, you know. You niggas better watch out, man. All you lean drinking, syrup drinking, Percocet popping ass niggas, y'all better not be popping up Percocets with them women. I'm telling you. And having sex. That shit gonna come back to get you, nigga. They done set the stage with R. Kelly. Y'all better hope R. Kelly get back off that shit, because if he don't get back, you entertainers is done. All you motherfuckers gonna be in prison. Every last motherfucker that done flew a woman somewhere, or drove a woman over there, or got drunk before you had sex, or smoked some weed before you had sex, or popped a pill before you had sex, you niggas is done. Nigga, they done set precedent with this nigga R. Kelly, nigga. Nigga gonna tell me, I called on his show, I forget his name, but he one of them R. Kelly marching motherfuckers in front of the jailhouse where they had to shut the motherfucking jail down, talking about R. Kelly supporters outside. Made R. Kelly like he a mob boss or something. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, don't you know, nigga, a motherfucker hate to be locked down? Nigga, let you be the nigga that get the whole pod locked down. Nigga, them niggas gonna hate you for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't doing R. Kelly no justice, nigga. Y'all niggas in the motherfucking way with that bullshit, man. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, you make R. Kelly shit about you. Nigga, sue them motherfuckers for emotional distress on seeing this man's rights be violated. They probably kick that shit to the side, won't nobody hear it. You know? They might do you like they did Donald Trump. We don't want to hear that shit. They said 60-something cases against Donald Trump. He lost. No, they didn't listen to that shit. You know, Jesse the wrestler, Jesse Ventura, whatever the nigga, Jesse Van Tour, out of Minnesota, the governor, ex-governor of Minnesota, Jesse Ventura. He filed a lawsuit against Minnesota, and they rejected this shit. I filed a lawsuit, personally, I'm talking about myself right now. I filed a lawsuit against not Harrison County, but Hennepin County judge. And the judge told me that he wasn't gonna go against his colleague and he wasn't gonna let my thing come through, right? So a few weeks later, the chief judge of Hennepin County wrote me a letter saying at this time we're not gonna hear your case. So I know for a fact that if these people don't want to hear your case, they're not gonna hear your case. You know? So that's how they played it. That let me know that Trump was not one of them. I knew Trump wasn't one of them. I don't know who Trump with, but Trump ain't one of them. You know, I don't know what game he playing. He playing a strong ass game, but I don't know who Trump with. I don't know if he really playing the game, but I don't think he playing that game, because Trump played to win. You know what I'm saying? Trump ain't run for the governor of New York. He didn't run for the mayor of New York. That motherfucker said, I'm finna run for the biggest office in the land. That's the only way to go. You know what I'm saying? I'm going big time. And you notice something. You won't find a picture of Trump and Obama, Carter, Bush. You won't even see Trump and Bush together except on the funeral when they were sending all them letters to the Clintons, the Bushes. They were sending letters to all these different motherfuckers, right? That's the only time we seen Trump with them, at George Bush Sr. funeral. You know, like I said, I think he was assassinated for war crimes. I think Colin Powell was assassinated for war crimes. You know, they confirmed dead. You know, they say a lot of other motherfuckers dead that just running around here. I ain't gonna speak on that shit because, you know, because we see them motherfuckers. But some people think Joe Biden is dead. But, you know, we see that motherfucker on TV. Some people say that's Jim Carrey. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But the motherfucker look different every time I see him. You know. Y'all ever seen that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger in it? And it had the clone dogs that was cloning dogs. That was on the outside. They weren't showing you what they were doing on the inside. But they had a mad scientist like Dr. Fauci, right? They had a mad scientist like Dr. Fauci that had the cloning machine. What's the name of that movie? Hey, punch in Arnold Schwarzenegger and clones on YouTube. It's on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I watched it on YouTube, but I watched it on a movie I got from the library one day. You know. So, yeah. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? These motherfucking technology, man. They technology is way, man. They was using cell phones in Vietnam. That motherfucker big ass bag. My homeboy Rich had one back in 19. See, a lot of you motherfuckers, y'all young, so y'all don't really know. Y'all don't know the evolution of the cell phone game. You know what I'm saying? But they was using them motherfuckers in Vietnam. In the 1980s in Detroit, they had this place on Southfield, on James Cousins and like 7 Mile. The Motorola store, that's where niggas went and got their beepers and shit from. The Rams, you know, you had to have a Ram beeper. You know what I'm saying? It was the big boys. Only motherfuckers running around with beepers was drug dealers and doctors. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's the honest God truth. But anyway, Rich had the cell phone in the bag. He had a big ass bag. It wasn't a big bag, but he had a bag. The phone was in the bag. That's the motherfucking phones they was using in Vietnam. But I'm just saying that all this shit is it's nothing new. I wanted to talk about Travis Scott. My motherfucking phone about to run out. But I want to say Travis Scott ain't had nothing to do with that shit, man. All that shit was Live Nation. If anybody y'all should be looking at, it's Live Nation. Live Nation. You know, Travis Scott, he's nothing but an entertainer, man. He not no hell of a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got that knowledge of that shit you niggas is talking about. You know what I'm saying? You know, he ain't got the know-how. He don't know how to feed no damn demons, no beasts, and none of that shit. You know, Houston itself, man. Houston itself, I'm gonna tell you something. They got a mayor. They got a black mayor. They got Sheila Jackson Lee. They got Al Franklin. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at Sheila Jackson Lee, her politics, and Al Franklin politics, and the Democrat as a group, as a whole, politics, you will see that you can see why something like that would happen in Houston. Houston is the biggest illegal immigrant hub. You know what I'm saying? All the motherfuckers that jumped the fence from Haiti came right to Houston. Mayor Turner is a complete criminal. You know what I'm saying? They've been finding motherfuckers in houses 90 deep, ass to ass, 90 deep in houses. Illegals. Not one time, but many times. Motherfucker broke out the house. A friend of mine told me about a woman that was kidnapped at the grocery store inside Houston. You know. So, kidnapping is real big in Houston. Sex trafficking real big in Houston. Illegal immigration is real bad in Houston. Crime is through the roof in Houston. Robberies, murders. All you gotta do is look it up. You know what I'm saying? Detroit they make Detroit the most murdering places. You know, got Detroit like number 1 or number 2 in crime. The reason why they ain't talking about Houston, because Houston is a worldwide city. You know what I'm saying? Houston is real big to the world. You know what I'm saying? So they ain't gonna tell you about all the missing women, all the missing children, all the crime. 2 police officers came to Houston to enjoy themselves from Louisiana. 2 African Americans walked up to them, shot them down for a watch, killed 2 men, 2 fathers, 2 brothers. You know what I'm saying? For a fucking funky ass watch. You know, you gotta understand. You gotta look where Houston come from. That's Sam Houston. You know what I'm saying? His energy, his name. You know what I'm saying? Sam Houston was an interpreter. You know what I'm saying? For Indian tribes. You know? But I don't know how Slim Thug put that motherfucker Sam Houston name on his back. You know, maybe he ain't do the study on who Sam Houston is. You know what I'm saying? When you're coming down the highway, on your way into Texas, you will see a big ass, tall ass statue. They love Sam Houston though, nigga. Sam Houston, they man. You know what I'm saying? I could talk about Houston, you know what I'm saying, because I'm a national, international ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking all over the world. Because you look at these motherfuckers, when you look at these damn Democrats, and you see where they coming from, like Crockett, that Delta, Crockett, that's up in the Dallas area, that's from Missouri, the same place that's Cori Bush is from. You know, the sellout ass African-American Cori Bush is from St. Louis. You know, part of the squad team too. You know. Yeah, we got a problem with Democrats, man. Yeah, we got a problem with Democrats. And the Democrats helped set up R. Kelly too. You know, they played a major, big part in the setup of R. Kelly, the Democrats. If you go through all the motherfuckers, all the Me Too motherfuckers, and all the Time Up motherfuckers, you will find out that all the motherfuckers is Democrats. You know, straight up. You know, R. Kelly supporters, man, y'all, you know, Coke No Joke taking y'all back over some shit y'all done already been on for 2.5 years. It's time to turn the page and come with some new shit so I can enjoy, you know what I'm saying, what y'all doing. But I can't even fuck with Coke No Joke on what he doing because that work already been done. You know, it need to be some type of talk on lawsuits, man. On how can we sue the federal government for this injustice, not against R. Kelly, but as a group of people? Who can put that shit together? Who got the balls to even start talking about that shit? You know, not just for R. Kelly, but for Geronimo Pratt. You know what I'm saying? For a lot of motherfuckers, man. Even though Geronimo Pratt got out 20 years later, you know. But look what they did to him. You know what I'm saying? All the black men that have been incarcerated for crimes they didn't commit and did 20 years, then they got let go when they found out that the DNA didn't match.